So you're all very welcome to the class this evening. Just during the rest of this week, I'll release a video on sun salutations just for the alignment. It's very difficult during a class to go through all the different alignments during the sun salutation. So I'll do a longer video breaking it down into the proper alignment, and I'll give you a chance to practice before Sunday's class. Today we'll be working on backbends. So if you'd like to start in the opening Shavasana, lying back onto your mats, feet out to the edge of your mat. Gently lying back, drawing your arms away from your bodies with your palms facing upwards. Gently bringing your eyes to close. And arriving on your mat for your practice this evening. Inhaling deeply, filling your belly, filling your chest, and exhale, relaxing your chest, relaxing your belly. We'll integrate a count into our breathing this evening. Inhaling for a count of 4, holding for 4, exhaling for 4, and holding for 4. I will guide you through 2 rounds. So gently exhale, completely emptying your lungs. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Continue with this box breath, adding length and control to your breathing as you arrive on your mat for your practice, as we move into silence for the next few minutes. Bring your awareness back to your body, wiggling your fingers, wiggling your toes, moving your hands and feet. Gently move your head from side to side, waking up your neck. Resting your head back at center. Keeping your legs extended. Join your heels on your mat and reach your arms over your head. Getting a full body stretch. Pointing your toes. Extending through your fingertips. And exhale, release. Gently bend your knees and roll over to your right hand side, making a cushion with your hand. And gently, keeping your eyes closed, make your way to a comfortable seated position at the front of your mat. Keeping your eyes closed and joining your hands together at heart center. Taking a moment to set an intention for this evening's practice. Remembering during your practice to be gentle and courageous in equal measures. Bowing your head towards your hands. Open your eyes. Namaste. To begin today's warm-up, just gently place the palms of your hands flat on your mat. And on an inhale, raise your arms, reaching out through your fingertips and joining your hands above your head as you look towards your thumbs. And exhale, release, drawing your hands back down, allowing your spine to curve backwards as you draw your chin towards your chest. Deeply inhaling, raising your arms, reaching out through your fingertips as you look towards your joined thumbs. And exhale, release, drawing your hands back down and drawing your chin towards your chest. And exhale, release. You can now come to a kneeling position on your mat as we move into gate pose. And from kneeling, gently extend your right leg out to the side with your toes facing forward. Place your left hand flat on your mat beside your left knee. And inhale, raise your right arm over your head. Engaging your right foot on your mat and reaching out through your right fingertips. On an inhale, gently coming up, placing your right hand on your right knee and inhaling, raising your left arm over your head as you fold a little bit out to the right. Reaching out through your left fingertips. Feeling a nice stretch along your side body. As you exhale, release that left hand back to your mat and raise your right arm over your head with an inhale. Feeling length along your right side body. and gently come back up. Join your knees together. And this time, shift your left leg straight out to the side with your toes facing forward. Place your right hand flat on your mat beside your right knee. And inhale, raise your left arm over your head, spiraling your chest towards the sky. Engaging your left foot on your mat and reaching out through your fingertips. As you inhale, gently come up, place your left hand on your left knee and raise your right arm over your head as you fold out to the left. Reaching out through your right fingertips, engaging your right knee on your mat. And exhale, release that right hand back down to your mat and raise your left arm over your head. Connecting to your breath. And exhale, release, joining your knees together. And from here, you can sweep your legs behind you, coming into tabletop position. Your knees are tracking under your hips, with your wrists, elbows, and shoulders in line. We're going to move into a spinal twist, so keeping your left hand rooted on your mat. On an inhale, twist out to the right and raise your right arm towards the sky. Keeping both your knees rooted on your mat as you reach out through your right fingertips. And exhale, release, sliding that right arm behind your left wrist, dropping your right shoulder and the side of your head towards your mat. On an inhale, pressing into that left hand as you twist out to the right, raising that right arm, reaching out through your fingertips. And exhale, release, sliding that right arm behind your left wrist, surrendering the back of your shoulder towards your mat. And gently coming back up to tabletop. This time, inhaling and twisting out to the left as you raise your left hand towards the sky. Keeping your knees rooted on your mat. Feeling a nice twist to your spine. As you exhale, release, sliding that left arm behind your right wrist. Allowing the back of your left shoulder and the side of your head to fall onto your mat. On an inhale, pressing into that right hand and twisting out to the left. Reaching out through your left fingertips. And exhale, release, sliding that left arm behind your right wrist, allowing the back of your left shoulder to root into your mat. And gently coming back up to tabletop. We'll now move into a few cat-cows. So on an inhale, lifting your spine as you drop your tailbone and draw your chin towards your chest. Exhale, belly down as you lift your tailbone and open your chest. Inhale, spine up, rolling vertebrae by vertebrae, dropping your tailbone and drawing your chin towards your chest. And exhale, dropping your belly button as you lift your tailbone and open your chest. And exhale, release, coming back to a neutral spine. From here, moving into extended child's pose, by joining your big toes and shifting your knees out to the edge of your mat. Sit your bum towards your heels and reach your arms out ahead, surrendering to your mat, deeply breathing, connecting to your breath, and gently making your way back up to tabletop. And from tabletop, tucking your toes, keeping your knees bent, lift your hips, coming into downward facing dog. The first downward dog of class. Be gentle with your body, pedaling your feet to stretch your calves and your hamstrings, connecting to your breath. Gently walk your feet towards your hands at the front of your mat, and keeping your knees bent, fold your upper body over your knees, allowing your belly to rest on your thighs. Grab opposite elbows with your hands. Allow your elbows and head to become heavy. And gently make your way to standing position at the front of your mat as we prepare for the sun salutations. Standing tall, connect to your breath. Inhale, raise your arms, reaching out through your fingertips. Exhale, fold forward over your knees. Inhale, halfway lift, palms on your shins, lengthening your spine. Exhale, palms down, step your feet back into plank pose. Lower your knees to your mat and keeping your hips in the air, bend your elbows to lower your chest and chin towards your mat. Inhale, slide your chest forward and open your chest, coming into low cobra, keeping your elbows tight to your body. And exhale, moving through tabletop, tucking your toes and lifting your hips, coming into downward facing dog. Lifting your sit bones towards the ceiling. Engaging your fingers on your mat. Connecting to your breath. Looking between your palms on an inhale, stepping your feet forward to the front of your mat, coming into a halfway lift, palms on your shins, lengthening your spine. Exhale, fold forward over your knees. Inhale, raise your arms, reaching out through your fingertips. And exhale, releasing your hands back down. Take a deep breath. We'll now move into another round of Sun Salutation A, a slightly more advanced version. So again, in mountain pose, connecting to your breath. Inhale, raise your arms, joining your palms above your head, looking towards your thumbs. Exhale, fold forward over your knees. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthening your spine, opening your chest. Exhale, palms down, stepping your feet back into plank pose. Bending your elbows, lowering your body. On an inhale, opening your chest, upward facing dog. And exhale, lifting your hips, downward facing dog. Distributing the weight evenly between your hands and your feet as you lift your sit bones towards the ceiling, connecting to your breath. Deep inhales and exhales. Looking between your palms. On an inhale, stepping your feet forward to the front of your mat, coming into a halfway lift, lengthening your spine, energy through the crown of your head. Exhale, fold forward over your knees. Inhale, raise your arms, joining your palms above your head, looking towards your thumbs. And exhale, release. Coming back to mountain pose. We'll now move on to sun salutation B. So again, connecting to your breath. Inhale, bend your knees, sweep your fingers along your mat, raise your arms, coming into chair pose. Exhale, fold forward over your knees. Inhale, halfway lift, palms in your shins, lengthening your spine. Exhale, palms down, stepping your feet back into plank pose. Bending your elbows, lowering your body. On an inhale, opening your chest, upward facing dog. And exhale, lifting your hips, downward facing dog. On an inhale, stepping your right foot between your palms, your ankle and knees in line. Your left leg is straight and engaged. Feel that foundation as you raise your arms, coming into warrior one. Pressing down into both your feet and reaching out through your fingertips. And exhale, release. Framing your right foot with your hands. Step your right foot back to meet your left foot. Bending your elbows, lowering your body. On an inhale, opening your chest, upward facing dog. And exhale, lifting your hips, downward facing dog. On an inhale, stepping your right foot between your palms, your ankle and knees in line. Your left leg is straight and engaged. Feel that foundation as you raise your arms, coming into warrior one. Pressing down into both your feet and reaching out through your fingertips. And exhale, release. Framing your right foot with your hands. Step your right foot back to meet your left foot. Bending your elbows, lowering your body. On an inhale, opening your chest, upward facing dog. And exhale, lifting your hips, downward facing dog. On an inhale, stepping your left foot between your palms, your left ankle and knees in line. Your right leg is straight and engaged. Feel the foundation of both your feet as you raise your arms, coming into warrior one. Connecting to your breath. As you exhale, framing your left foot with your hands. Step your left foot back to meet your right foot. Bending your elbows, lowering your body. On an inhale, opening your chest, upward facing dog. And exhale, lifting your hips, downward facing dog. engaging your fingers on your mat and drawing your heels a little further towards your mat. Connecting to your breath. Looking between your palms on an inhale, stepping your feet forward to the front of your mat, coming into a halfway lift, lengthening your spine, opening your chest. Exhale, fold forward over your knees. Inhale, bend your knees, sweep your fingers along your mat as you raise your arms, reaching out through your fingertips. And exhale, release, making your way to a standing position at the front of your mat. We'll now move into the standing asanas. So if you'd like to move your mats or your cameras. And then making your way to a wide-legged stance on your mat with your feet facing forward. Moving into triangle pose, so turning your right foot out 90 degrees, your left foot in 5 degrees, grounding down into both your feet and raising your arms to shoulder level. Inhale, leaning from your hips, lean out to your right hand side. And exhale, fold over that right knee, placing your hand on your knee, shin, or ankle. As you raise your left arm towards the sky, there's the option here to turn your head to look at your left thumb, keeping your gaze focused on your left thumb. Draw your belly button towards your spine and pressing down into both your feet. And inhale, gently coming up, turning your right heel in. Take a deep breath. Turning your left foot out 90 degrees, your right heel in 5 degrees, raising your arms to shoulder level, leaning from your hips, leaning out your left hand side, reaching out through your fingertips, and exhale, folding over that left knee, placing your hand on your knee, shin, or ankle as you raise your right arm towards the sky. You can turn your head to focus your gaze on your right thumb, pressing down into both your feet and reaching out through both sets of fingertips. Energy through the crown of your head. And on an inhale, gently coming up, turning your left heel in. Side angle pose, turning your right foot out 90 degrees and your left foot in 5 degrees. Bending into your right knee, so your ankle and knee is in line. From here, you can place your right forearm on your right knee, and on an inhale, raise your left arm over your head, reaching out through your fingertips. For those of you who are comfortable in this position, there's the option to drop that right hand to the floor outside your right foot. Now again, this is very challenging. So you can stay with your arm on your right knee, in whichever version you're in, connecting to your breath. And on an inhale, gently coming up, turning your right heel in. Take a deep breath. Turning your left foot out 90 degrees, your right foot in 5 degrees, bending into your left knee so your ankle and knee is in line, placing your left forearm on your left knee, raise your right arm over your head as you spiral your chest towards the sky. Again, for those of you who are comfortable, you can place your left hand outside your left foot, flat on your mat, and raise your right arm over your head, connecting to your breath, engaging the outer edge of your right foot on your mat, reaching out through your fingertips, and exhale, gently release, coming up and turning your left heel in. Warrior two pose, so turning your right foot out 90 degrees, your left foot in 5 degrees, bending into your right knee so your ankle and knee is in line, raising your arms to shoulder level, and turning your head to focus your gaze over your right middle finger, pressing down into both your feet and reaching out through your fingertips, connecting to your breath, and exhale, release, turning your right heel in, turning your left foot out 90 degrees, your right foot in 5 degrees, bending into your left knee so your ankle and knee is in line, raising your arms to shoulder level, turning your head to focus your gaze over your left middle finger, pressing down into both your feet and reaching out through your fingertips, connecting to your breath, and exhale, release, turning your left heel in. Take a deep breath. This time, we're going to move into a wide leg forward fold. So both your feet are facing forward. On an inhale, feel length through your spine and energy through the crown of your head. And placing your hands on your hips, fold forward from your hip joints, bringing the crown of your head towards the floor. You can have a slight micro bend in your knees to take the pressure off your hamstrings. Pressing down into both your feet, softening your back, connecting to your breath, and on an inhale, gently coming up to a standing position. And now you can join your feet together on your mat. We'll move into tree pose. Firstly, on the right side, so grounding down into your right foot, you can place your left heel above your right ankle, or gently grounding down into that right foot, you can place your left heel against the inner side of your right thigh. Pick a spot on the wall for balance. You can have your hands in prayer or raise your arms over your head. In whichever version you're in, grounding down into that right foot and pressing your left heel against the inner side of your right thigh, lifting out of your hips and energy through the crown of your head. connecting to your breath. And exhale, release, gently closing your left hip, extending your left leg, grounding down into your left foot. You can place your right heel above your left ankle, or gently lifting that right foot, and placing it against the inner side of your left thigh, allowing your hip to open out. You can have your hands together at heart center, or raise your arms over your head, joining your palms, grounding down into that left foot, and pressing your right foot against the inner side of your left thigh, energy through the crown of your head. Connect to your breath. And exhale, release, closing your right hip, extending your right leg. And now you can move your mats or your cameras to how they were at the start of class. And make your way to mountain pose at the front of your mat. Connecting to your breath. On an inhale, bend your knees, sweep your fingers along your mat, and raise your arms, coming into chair pose. Pressing your knees together as you reach out through your fingertips. Connecting to your breath. And exhale, release, folding forward over your knees. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthening your spine, opening your chest. Exhale, palms down, stepping your feet back into plank pose. Bending your elbows, lowering your body. Inhale, opening your chest. Upward facing dog. And exhale, lifting your hips, downward facing dog. On an inhale, stepping your right foot between your palms at the front of your mat. Your right ankle and knee is in line. Your left foot leg is straight and engaged. Drawing your hands together at heart center. Hook your left elbow across your right knee, coming into a twist. The foundation is in your feet, so keep that left leg straight and engaged. Connecting to your breath. And exhale, release, framing your right foot with your hands. Step your right foot back to meet your left foot and lift your hips, coming into downward facing dog. On an inhale, stepping your left foot between your palms, your left ankle and knee is in line. Your right leg is straight and engaged. Drawing your hands together at heart center, hook your right elbow across your left knee, coming into a twist. Keeping that right leg straight and engaged. And drawing your belly button towards your spine to engage your core. And exhale, release, framing your left foot with your hands and moving to tabletop. And from tabletop, surrendering into extended child's pose. Adding control to your breath. Deep inhales, controlled exhales. And when you're ready, make your way to a lying down position on your mat. Your belly is resting on your mat. We're going to move into some back bends. So firstly, starting with Cobra, placing the palms of your hands beside your chest, flat on your mat. On an inhale, keeping your elbows tight to your body, lift your chest off your mat, feeling a nice stretch to your spine, keeping your elbows bent and tight to your body, softening your glutes. And exhale, release, allowing the left side of your head to rest on your mat. Connecting to your breath. We're now going to move into locust pose. So placing the palms of your hands flat on your mat beside your hips. Engage your fingertips on your mat. Joining your big toes behind you. Engage your quadriceps and roll your inner thighs towards each other. And rather than lifting your legs, think about lengthening as you lengthen your legs off the ground. And from here, lifting your chest with energy through the crown of your head. Connecting to your breath. And exhale, release, allowing your legs and the right side of your head to surrender onto your mat. We're going to come into locust pose one more time. So there's the option to stay with your hands beside your hips, or you can extend your arms straight out in front of you on your mat. Again, joining your big toes and rolling your thighs inwards. Gently lift your legs and lift your arms. Coming into locust pose. Connecting to your breath. Softening your glutes. And exhale, release. Allowing your feet and hands to rest on your mat. Deeply inhaling. And slow, controlled exhales. We're now going to move into bow pose. So if this posture is not accessible for you, you can continue with locust pose. But from here, bending your knees and drawing your heels towards your bum. And grabbing the outer edge of both your feet with your hands. From here, pressing your feet into your hands as you lift your knees off your mat and open your chest. Focus on pressing your hands against your knees and your knees back against your hands. Connecting to your breath. And exhale, release. Allowing your knees and the right side of your head to rest on your mat. Connecting to your breath. And when you're ready, making your way to a kneeling position on your mat. We're moving into the peak posture of today's class, which is camel. So this is quite an intense back bend, so just be gentle and listen to your body. So for those of you who haven't done this posture before, you can just observe me for demonstration. But kneeling on your mat, you can place the palms of your hands on your lower back. Engage your knees on your mat and press your hips towards the front of the room. From here, extending your spine and allowing it to curve naturally backwards. So when you're ready, just gently focusing on pushing your hips towards the front of the room. And think about lengthening your spine as you allow it to fall backwards. And exhale, release, sitting your bum towards your heels and surrendering your forehead towards your mat, coming into child's pose. And when you're ready, making your way back up to a kneeling position. We're going to move into camel pose one more time. So for those of you who haven't done this version before, you can observe me. Again, you can press your hips towards the front of the room and think about extending your spine upwards, allowing your spine to curve back. And then there's the option to grab both feet with your hands. The focus is on pressing your hips towards the front of the room. Whichever version you're in, drawing your hips towards the front of the room and sucking your lower belly in. And exhale, release. Sitting your bum towards your heels and surrendering your forehead to your mat. You might feel a nice release on your lower backs and your hip flexors. When you're ready, making your way to a lying down position on your mat as we move into bridge pose. Lying back onto your mats, placing the palms of your hands flat on your mat, beside your hips. On an inhale, pressing into your feet to lift your hips towards the ceiling. And lifting your chest, allowing your vertebrae to rise off your mat. There's the option to tuck your shoulder blades under your body and interlock your fingers as you press your hands towards your heels. Focusing on lifting your hips, lifting your chest, connecting to your breath. And exhale, release, lowering your hips to your mat. And from here, moving into shoulder stand. So picking your version and entering the posture with patience. You can draw your knees towards your chest, or with control, rolling back onto your shoulders and lifting your feet towards the ceiling. You can place your hands on your lower back for support. As you straighten your legs and point your toes, connecting to your breath. And from here, there's the option to come into Halasana, keeping your legs as straight as possible, and with control, lowering your feet behind your head. If your feet are still in the air, keep your hands on your lower back for support, or you can drop your feet in behind your head and interlock your fingers, pushing your hands away from your body. Connecting to your breath here. You can close your eyes and draw inwards. There's the option here to bend your knees, allowing your knees to cover your ears, blocking out the sound. And exhale, release, rolling vertebrae by vertebrae, dropping your hips and feet back down to your mat. We'll now move into a gentle counter pose for the back bends. So if you'd like to come to a seated position on your mat, you can have a gentle micro bend in your knees, and then just fold forward, allowing your spine to curve naturally. This is a very passive posture. No force or pressure. Just allowing your back to release. And exhale, release. And from here, making your way to the closing Shavasana. Drawing your feet out to the edge of your mat. Gently lying back, allowing each vertebrae to melt into your mat. Relaxing the back of your head. I will now guide you through the closing Shavasana. Relaxing your entire body on your mat. Taking a moment to recognize there is great power in the ability to be completely still and silent with yourself. Relax your toes. Relax the soles of your feet. Relax your heels. Relax your calves, the backs of your knees. Relax your hamstrings. Relax your hips, feeling them open out like a book. Relax your fingers, softening the palms of your hands. Relax your wrists, forearms, elbows. Relax your upper arms. Relax your shoulders, feeling them draw away from your ears. Bring your awareness to your lower back and work your way from your lower back along each vertebrae in your spine towards the back of your head. Relax your jaw. Relax your tongue. Feeling your tongue draw away from the roof of your mouth. Soften your lips. Feeling them slightly part. Relax the space around your eyes. Relax your eyes, feeling them draw towards the back of your head. Soften your eyebrows. Relax the space between your eyebrows. Relax your forehead, the seat of your mind. Relax every single hair on the top of your head. Relax your entire body. Feeling the support of the earth beneath you. Relax, relax, relax. We will now move into silence for the next few minutes. Just observe your inhales and exhales. And when your mind begins to wander, just bring it back to your breath. Bring your awareness back to your body, wiggling your fingers, wiggling your toes, moving your hands and feet. Gently move your head from side to side, breaking up your neck. Resting your head back at center. Keeping your legs extended. Join your heels on your mat and reach your arms over your head, getting a full body stretch. And exhale, release. Gently bend your knees and roll over to your right hand side, making a cushion with your hand. And keeping your eyes closed, making your way to a comfortable seated position at the front of your mat. Keeping your eyes closed and drawing your hands together at heart center. Thanking yourself for arriving on your mat this evening. Looking back to the intention you set at the start of class. Reflecting on this intention as you rub your hands together, creating heat, creating energy, placing the palms of your hands over your eyes. As you blink your eyes open to the darkness of your palms, draw your hands away from your eyes, bow your head. Namaste. Thanks very much, everyone.